What's going on, y'all? I'm Brandon Atlanta Man Bang coming to you live right here at Coach's Corner. I want to bring something up, and it's kind of been a hot topic there. I even saw, a couple guys talk about it on a few other social media shows that are out there, bigger ones than me, of course. But they talk about rivalries in NASCAR and how we've just kind of lost rivalries, right? Like in my day growing up, you had guys that would battle it out, guys that didn't necessarily like each other with the way that they raced. You had Earnhardt and Martin there for a little while. Of course, you had Earnhardt and Gordon, the Wonder Boy and the Intimidator. I mean, you had both those guys going back and forth, taking shots, racing each other really hard and clean on the racetrack, getting into each other when they needed it. You had Stewart and Gordon. You had, Stewart and other guys. You had so many just rivalries kind of throughout, even before those times, I mean, Petty and Pearson. I mean, come on, those guys might have been really good friends, but they're rivals on the racetrack, man. They want to beat each other. So I'm just talking, getting back into touch with that aspect of it. And I think that the Denny Hamlin and Ross Chastain, we're seeing a little bit of that come back. We've seen it a little bit throughout the years. Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, a couple other guys for a few weeks, odds and ends. But we're seeing these guys battle a majority of the season, racing each other really hard and not caring if they get into each other. So I'm loving that. So I'm really hoping that we continue to see rivalries grow, because let's be honest, man, these races are only getting harder to win. The field is more competitive than it has been in the last 15, 20 plus years. We got more cars running top 10, top 15, top 20 week in and week out, and those names are shuffling like this constantly. Guys contending for a win. So I think that the more time that we see in this next gen car and these guys racing there and being aggressive, the aggressiveness that we're seeing, because the car is hard to pass, and when you got the run, you got to make the pass. Track position is hard to get back, so they're hard to drive. You got to be aggressive. If aggressive means you got to take guys out to get the checkered flag sometimes, that's what you got to do, man. I mean, so at the end of the day, I think as we go on, rivalries will grow, but I think it's something we really got to get back into the sport of NASCAR. It's good for the sport. It's good for the fans. It's good for all the broadcast television channels that they run on, Fox, NBC, USA, ESPN, Top Tens, all these type things. It is great for the great exposure for the sport. So it's something that we really need to work on getting back in now. I'm not asking for drivers to go out there and dislike each other and hate each other. I'm asking for them to go out and continue what you're doing and let these rivalries come natural. So I'd love to hear your opinion on it. You can always comment on this show when it's posted on YouTube. Write a comment on there if you're subscribed, man. I'll definitely get back to you. Rubbin and Grubbin will definitely get back to you on it. But, man, I tell you what, I can't wait to see what Hamlin and Chastain brings to the table, And not only that, we've seen them get into it with Truex. We've seen them get into it with Chase. We've seen a couple other guys, Logano and Byron. I mean, I don't think Byron's forgot about that payback that he owes Joey Logano. So at the end of the day, we might see some things spark up here as we get further into the playoffs or further into that season, man. So just love it. But love to hear what you guys think about it.